Hello, English class. Today we're going to go over your first major assessment for marking period 2, which is a future a future career Google Slides presentation. This is one of 3 major assessments for marking period 2. You will research a career, which is what we're going to go over today. Then you will research a college, which we'll do in a couple of weeks. And then after that, you're going to write your college essay. So hopefully you sense a little bit of a theme. So, you've been engaging in research about careers. We've taken different quizzes and looked up different jobs and different careers of need. And at this point, you need to select one career to explore in depthly. So just a heads up for the career, please do not pick just teacher because that's way too expansive. You would want to say elementary school teacher or high school English teacher, right? You don't want to just say engineer. Are you a chemical engineer? What kind of engineer do you want to go into? So make sure that your career path that you're choosing is specific. So you're going to create a Google Slides because we're on a Google Classroom. So normally I would say PowerPoint presentation, but these will be Google Slides, which is pretty much the same thing. And that'll be available to you through Google Classroom. So your presentation must include a title page with your name and then your chosen occupation, a description of what the job or career is and why you chose it. This should be about 2 to 3 slides. You're going to talk about your personal interest. So why are you interested in pursuing this career? You're going to address one of the career inventories that we've taken. You took 4 over the last week. You took an inventory in terms of that 5 big traits one. Then you took an inventory of the zones, the I zones. Then you took that very, very scientific BuzzFeed inventory. Actually, those are just the 3 of them. Sorry, the 4th one was just a website to choose from. So you're going to address one of the 3 of those that we went through, or a different career inventory. If you took a different career test, that's fine. Any is fine. Experience or observation. So do you know someone with this job? Did you see it on TV? How did you come across it? What do you know about it? Why did you choose it? All right, now you're going to describe the job. This should be about 3 to 4 slides. The environment, I think that'll make more sense when you see my sample, but are you going to work outdoors, indoors? Is it 9 to 5? Is it at a desk? Is it movement, etc.? Roles, is there a opportunity for advancement? What is your role like? Are you the boss, or do you have bosses above you? How does that work? Work values, what do people value at that work? What would your day look like? And I think this is important. So just a quick story. I went to college at Roger Williams University, and we had a big marine biology program. And I somehow ended up living on a floor with all marine biologists my freshman year. So I had a lot of marine biologist friends. And a lot of them dropped out of the major after the first year, which I thought was so strange. And when I got to talking to people, one person said, "Well, I thought I'd be like a pirate." I'm like, what the heck, a pirate? And I don't know what he thought. I guess he thought he'd be on a ship, sailing the ocean sea and petting animals. I have no idea. But what a marine biologist really does is they go to a laboratory or they go to a center and they test things and you're in a cubicle. You're not a pirate, okay? So you want to think about what your day looks like. Where are you going? How are you dressing? That might be important to people. Is it a 9 to 5? What does it look like? Because I think we have not delusion, but ideas about what someone's day is. That's important if you're going to pursue that job. What is your day going to look like? Salary. Let's be real. We all want to be able to live and survive. How much money do these folks make? And benefits. Again, that's something that's very prevalent today. Do you get health insurance? Is there a retirement program? Do you have 401k options? What are the benefits that you're going to receive from this? And then you're going to look at, how does one obtain this job? What kind of education is required? What kind of skills do I need to have in order to be successful at this job? And availability. I'm going to do all this work. I'm going to go through that education. I'm going to have the skills. Now, is there going to be a job available for me? Okay, so that was a quick overview of the directions, which you will have a copy of. Now you're going to see a sample of what yours would look like. So I created my own here about what I wanted to pursue. So high school English teacher, again, this is what your first page would look like. You should have the name of the career. your name on the slide, and images are always nice. It is a presentation that's a visual, so please include nice pictures, if you will. Okay. So the first part is, why did you choose this? So for me, why teaching? Summer camp. So my parents forced me to have a summer job from the age of about 13. I decided to work at my elementary school's summer camp, and as a camp counselor, I was in charge of a group of 15 kids. The authority and responsibility of the job forced me to be mature, and although I did not enjoy the younger children, I realized I wanted to pursue a career in education. I have to be honest, that's the very nice version of why I'm a teacher. Um, that is true. I did all those things. That is St. Joseph's School. That's where I worked. I guess that's what the children look like when they were hanging out. No one was that joyful when they were with me, but that's fine. But really, why I became a teacher was one of the reasons why I've asked you to really think about careers that you never heard of and do research. One of the reasons why I'm a teacher is that my joke, I'm Irish Catholic, and I only knew of about a handful of jobs. I knew folks that were police officers, firefighters, nurses, or people in the health field, and teachers. I thought that those were the only four jobs that I had an opportunity to pursue. I didn't want to go into a burning building. I was not interested in being a police officer, and sick people freaked me out. So teacher it was. And that's kind of why I went into teaching. I mean, this is the nice version of it, but one of the things is sometimes we pursue jobs that we know about. So what I really, hope that you're doing is researching and finding out information about careers that maybe you never heard of. Okay. But this is my nice. I did work at a camp and then like the children, and that's the next story. All right. Another reason is kind of what I just said, people I know. So my Aunt Eileen, there she is in the upper right hand corner. Whether we like to admit it or not, we all have favorite family members, and mine is my Aunt Eileen. So Aunt Eileen is one of the kindest, generous, and honest people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, and for 15 years, she was a stay at home mom. But when her husband was diagnosed with brain cancer, she had to figure out what she was going to do. She became a teaching fellow and began teaching science in the South Bronx. And between the story she told and my experience shadowing her, I knew that it was a difficult job. But something about seeing her do it inspired me to follow in her footsteps. So that's one of so you want to put a personal piece here, someone that you know, or maybe you saw something on television, or something you researched, or a friend. um but there should be a personal component to how you got here. If it's the only reason why you know this career is because of the Google machine and you found the website or something, that's fine. But if you have a personal connection to the career of your choice, please share that here. Okay, and then you're going to let me know about some sort of inventory you took. It could be one of the three profiles that we went through and those quizzes. I used to teach this course with the Holland Career Interest Inventory, where it revealed, excuse me, that I was social and artistic. So I used to teach this in the linked workbook, and that's what we did. So again, you could choose one of the other quizzes we used. Just show me something where your personality aligns to this career via some sort of quiz or inventory or something that you took. Okay, so now we're going into a description of the job. What are the teacher roles? Resource. One of the top roles of a teacher must fill, excuse me, is that of a resource specialist. There will be many people who will come to the teacher seeking information. I am a resource for a lot of things. You probably have questions about your career, or colleges or things like that. You have to be very filled with information as an educator and be able to be a resource for students. Support. Support can come in many forms, such as a coach, a leader, a counselor. In professional circles, a teacher may even have to support other teachers leading a particular subject matter. So I have been a mentor teacher before, done a little counseling, right? So that kind of support system. Mentor. Students look up to teachers and may pattern their own behavior and work ethic to match the instructor. An older teacher can be a mentor to younger teachers, which I did have, definitely older teachers as mentors, who are just starting out. And then a helping hand. Teachers who are active in the school will often have more jobs than just one that they were hired to perform. I can't tell you all the different types of things I've done here at Queen's Tech. I have gone through I won't even get into it. I've done a lot, which is great as a teacher, right? So these are all the things that kind of goes into the teacher role. Work value. Integrity. So it's important for a teacher to be honest and responsible. You want to have a sense of urgency. If something needs to be done, you just go for it with a feeling and a sense of urgency. You don't wait and linger, as time is valuable, and students invest a lot in time expecting to learn something meaningful and important, and you can't procrastinate, right? Every day you go on Google Classroom, you expect something to be there. Some days I'm more proud of what I placed than others, but there's something there. There's a sense of urgency that things have to get done. Continuous self-learning. You're a thinker. Teachers are meant to teach. Students that are students, then you are missing something. Sorry, teachers are meant to be to teach. Student. The world advocates with technology. Knowledgeable, steady. Teachers stay updated. Sorry, I don't know. I got a little lost in my own words there, but basically, you have to continue to learn. As a teacher, I entered the school with a bachelor's degree. I got a master's degree, then I got 30 more credits above that, and now they have us have, I think, 125 hours of learning, basically these professional hours that you have to commit to over the course of every 5 years. So it's a constant thing where you're always learning, always trying to evolve, always trying to become better. Okay, which is again important. So salaries are based on prior experience as well as academic coursework and degrees earned. So from 2018 to 2019, starting salaries for teacher ranges from 56,000 to 85,000. New teachers with a master's degree but no prior teaching will earn about 63,000. So again, those are just numbers that are thrown out there, and those are all starting pays. Benefits. Teachers get health insurance plans that we get to choose from. Coverage for employees and their families begin the first day of employment. Employees also receive dental, vision, and prescription drugs. And though we're eligible for health benefits after you retire. The Teachers Retirement System of New York, the TRS, provides public school teachers with a retirement, disability, and death benefits. So we get health insurance and we get we get TRS, which is your pension. And I really like that picture up top, employee benefits. A lot of those of what you're seeing, for me, and this is more of like my own personal opinion, relate to being in a union, right? Paid vacation, meal breaks, pay raises. So just throwing that out there. If anyone's debating between pursuing something that's union or non-union, those are some things to think about. So, becoming a teacher, you need to, what kind of education is required? So, first, you need to complete a bachelor's degree. Then, you need to get a state approved teacher program. You have to pass required exams, and then you have to submit a New York teaching credential application. Okay. So, some skills. You need patience, adaptability, imagination. You need to constantly teach yourself, teach the kids, right? Refresh your mind. Communication is important, and leadership, right? The kids are looking up to you, so the other teachers are looking up to you as well. So, availability. New York teacher shortage areas for public schools. So this is important. So when I say teachers, what it's not all roles are equal in terms of needed, right? So shortage areas, all of the arts, English in grades 7 through 12, health education, languages other than English, library, reading and literacy specialists, sciences, bilingual education, career and tech education, and special ed. So if you're thinking about becoming a teacher and you want to become, let's say, a history teacher, that's not listed here. So if you were debating between being a history teacher and an English teacher based on some research on shortage areas, you may want to lean towards English, right? So that idea that you do all this work, that there should be availability when you are ready to pursue that career. All right. So finally, sorry, I was getting sick of reading my own stuff here, is your bibliography. So all of that information, I did not pluck it out of the thin air. It came from sources. So you want to have a bibliography. In terms of being in MLA format, don't really worry about much other than that you copy and paste it from like a citation machine type place. You don't want to just type the name of the website. You want to have it in MLA, but like indentations and spacing, that kind of stuff is not important really. It's just that you have them listed. Okay. So I hope that between the directions and the example, that was a clear overview of what you're expected to do. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I hope that was informative.